back with another stream, and today I'm going to basically show what I've been. There was an issue that I was stuck on today, and that is what I'm going to explain it right now. So the issue that I was stuck in today basically boils down to having good error handling. So in this particular video, I'm going to explain, you'll see why error handling is very, very important. So what was happening is in my production app, which is this one, whenever I upload an image, that the API would fail, the upload image API would fail, and I would get an error of 405. And yeah, that's the only error that I would get. So, and when I looked into the logs, so this app is deployed in Vercel. So what I can do is I can go to my deployment. So when you push the branch, it automatically deploys for that branch, and then I can go into logs. So whatever API is being called, I can get the logs over here. So that is how at least I debug in production. So whenever we get any errors, it would pop up over here. It would come as warning. So to show you an example of that warning, let me go to some uh, previous deployments. Yep, work in progress. So this one, I think if I see the logs, the warning should be there somewhere, I think. Past 30 minutes, one day. There you go. So if you can see over here, whenever I made the file upload API call, it would fail with the status of 405. And the only error that I would get is this one, error, token error. So that's the only error that I would get. So I wasn't sure what was happening, but the good thing is I at least got something like this. I at least got error, token error. So then I looked into my API. So let me go into my code base. This is my code base. Let me make it full screen. And if I go to my upload file, so here I'm going to remove this unnecessary explanation. Oh, okay, let this be there. Token error. So before it just used to be like this. So because of this exception being thrown, we got this rendered in the console over here. So because of that, I knew something was wrong over here. But what I failed to do was actually log this error as well. So what error is happening? So then I added this particular line of code, which is basically rendering the error message. And when I did that along with, and I deployed and tried the API again, along with this text, I got an additional text that said JWT string needs to be defined. So which basically means, so this error comes from me verifying the authentication token. So in order to make this API secure, so that not everybody can use this API, only the authenticated user can use the API, what I do is from the front end side, I send the logged in access token, which I send to this function right here. And this function basically checks if this access token is valid or not. It checks it against a JWT secret key. So this goes into authentication, which is a topic that maybe I can cover later. But basically, this function says if, based on the token that you send, if it's an authenticated user or not. So this error was, so there was something wrong over here, and because I didn't log the error, I was basically stuck figuring out, oh, what happened. So then I knew something was wrong with my access token, and then I fixed the access token. So basically what happened is the parser got updated, and I had so everything got pushed in array. So before it was like this, but now it's the first element of the array. So that was what happened. So because of that, the access token was undefined, and then because of that, we got this error. But luckily, because of this one line of code, I knew the issue was over here, and adding an extra error message, was able to fix the issue. Uh, I was able to know why the issue took place. Okay, I'm just going and talking. Am I live? And also, let me open my console. Okay, cool. So, going back. Okay. Okay, so because of me handling this error, the debugging process was much more faster than how it would be if this was not there. So if this was not there, it would have been a headache to basically figure out where the issue is. So this is why error handling is very, very important. So whenever you get an error, you need to throw an error message. And in any API calls, for example, if you're using Axios somewhere, or you're using any await methods like this. Okay, this is not a good example, I would say, because this is from the file system. But yeah, for example, I'm accessing Supabase over here, and if there's an error, the error would have been handled. So if it's an error, so we send the response over here. So uh, if there is some error, always handle your error so that it's easier to debug. Never ever ever skip handling your errors. So error handling is super important. In development mode, I don't think it's you won't see the benefits of it, but when it goes to production, because things will be hard to debug, you need to handle your errors so that they show up on the console real good. So yep, just talked about the good things on error handling and why it's important. So, yep, whenever you write APIs or any front-end application or back-end application, always make sure you handle your errors. But, yep, but that's it for this stream, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.